Because once, at the end of the day, they throw that shit in, actually, this is incriminating myself. Heard about these stories. I was just kidding, guys. Don't trip on me, Mr. Officer. The area code thing is something that we can reconnect to as well for people that have been overseas, born and bred overseas, don't know their ways back to the island. Us coming over, we hold tight to that. We bring it over with us. We try not to lose it. And then those that we meet over here, we're like, hey man, this is us too. Like you could, tap in. This is like a natural resource of our spirit, that's for everybody. Not just for us, but like I don't block nobody from culture. I don't operate that way. It doesn't make sense to me to block other human beings from something that I am. It doesn't make me any less of who I am if they want to tap in and be a part of this tribe. Like, that's family. I keep my mindset, the 685 mindset, or the island mindset, and I come over here and I try to make the most of these opportunities that our parents fought for us to have. We come from a place where if you don't hustle, you don't work, you don't eat. Like we were skin and bones when we were kids, not by choice, it's because there was no food. I don't know how to not live in survival mode, We've been in survival mode our whole lives. Trying to get to a place where, we don't have to be like that no more, but we're not there yet. We still got a lot of overheads, a lot of business that's coming in that we don't know how to operate because we ain't go to business school. We figure this out as we go. So the best thing I could say about it is wake up and try to be calm. There's a lot of shit coming every day. The world throws everything at us. Try to be calm as much as you can so you can face these things, get it done, get back to your family, go to sleep, wake up, do it again tomorrow. Yeah, over here in this country, and I know in Australia too, you don't have to work. You just live for free. You live a good life. Can't do that in the islands. You have to work. If you come from that life and that environment in these countries and then the government goes, by the way, we'll give you $500 a week. You get used to it and it's like, yo, certain parts of the government, they go like this, they'll give you the fish and not teach you how to fish. That's what's fucked up. So we're programmed to think this way. We're programmed to think that you can't become a multimillionaire off your dream and your passion. People say, I don't have the luxury to chase dreams like you, Poetik. Like, my life is not luxurious. It's full of pain and anger and suffering and love and good times and beers at Portland's. You gotta take it all together and keep moving positively. My kids have had both parents since they were born. They've never starved, they've never seen violence, they've never seen, no electricity. They've always had. And I try to teach them good morals and integrity. They're getting a bit spoiled, just growing up in a country like this where everyone's got a, YouTube and all this stuff. And they get us, spoiled in a different way because we didn't have that growing up. So I try to learn how to be a better father in that area. I think 90% of being a good father is just being there for your children, being present, So that's the kind of men we are. We try to always, do the best we can for our children. Even if we have a bad day, we try the best we can to filter out as much bullshit that we grew up with, filter it out while we're here so that these kids will have a better shot. And then maybe our grandkids will have the perfect life. If you don't have values, morals, integrity, if you don't have your codes, then who are you? You're just like these other people that come around and give you their word that means nothing. You know what, bro? Come to think about it, because we're Samoans, man. We're taught like you got to earn certain things in your life along your, when you grow up along your journey. So when you're like a young person to, a person that might get a chief title and start becoming a leadership role, you got to earn your way. Our culture is about service, not just love and respect, but it's about service. What can I do for you? What can I do for our village, our people? That's just how we're built, man. It's in our DNA. Like I seen people that weren't even raised for Samoa. They grew up white, or they grew up a different culture, but they still have that in their heart. Somehow they still, it's just who we are, bro. When your kid walks by somebody, especially an elder, and they don't say Tulou, you remind them. You just tell them, hey, what do you say? You help them understand that every time you walk past somebody, say Tulou. Doesn't matter who it is. That way it becomes natural. You know, say good morning. Say thank you so much. Say these things and be kind and just. Practice it in everything that you do, and it'll come naturally. That's how you respect people. Can't expect people to respect you and honor you if you don't do that for yourself and for them. So that's how we operate, bro. We're kind and we're gentle and we love everybody. And you know, if you disrespect that, that's on you, dog. Like, you can find out the hard way, or you might get lucky and we just let you slide. But we're humans too. Ask anyone, man. Our people, like, you know, just don't fuck around, bro. Right, Bass? I grew up around a lot of violence, and it didn't make me a violent person. I'm scared of violence. I'm scared of all that stuff. But violence also helped me to survive. So when I had to be violent, I had to be violent. That's part of why we've always been in survival mode. You know, my whole body, man, is covered in scars from learning the hard way that sometimes you gotta come up rough. But we didn't complain about it, we just kept moving. We made songs about it, you know? Made music. Try to get some kind of commercial value from it. Try to extract some kind of knowledge or wisdom that, you know, we can reapply at this stage of this chapter. You know, just try to get better, man. And I wasn't always like this. I didn't think I'd live past 20. When I did, I was like, oh shit, better get my shit together. Because I thought I'd be dead by, you know, 19. Yeah. I had my son when I was 20. And that woke me up. From there, I was like, okay, I gotta figure this out. I learned how to be a father on my own, you know? Something I figured out along the way. Trial and error, man. I started to watch Andrew Tate just because, you know, everyone's saying he's like the worst guy on earth. And I was trying to find things that I disagree with. Along the way, I came across good things that I do value, that he talks about. One of the things he says is, men don't give a fuck about their last name no more. Like, we're starting to just, you know, get soft and let ourselves go and not give a fuck about anything and just, you know, do the bare minimum. And so his mentality is like, fuck that, you know, like, fucking get out there and give this world everything you got. I can't fault him for that. You know, I'm trying to tell people the same way, maybe the same thing, but in a different way, maybe. That, hey, man, you know, stand up and be something that, you know, you want to be. It's not easy to tell your brother or your sister that, you know, they're fucking up. And it can backfire on you, you know? But still, we gotta make it happen. And I expect, you know, every time that I fuck up, they can pull me up and say, hey, man, you slipping, dog. Like, get your shit together. You know, that's what family's for. Your fake friends, or, you know, your friends that don't love you that much, they just let you fuck up and run wild and destroy yourself. But your real friends will tell you the truth, even if you hate them for it. I ain't shit without my homies, man. Like, that's real. Like, it's always a team. It's never just me, it's never just them. It's like, it's us, you know. We operate a lot better when we're together. You gotta really appreciate the value of time and that it's limited. We don't know when we're gonna go. We could go right after this interview. My thing was this, I was working as a builder. I was driving 2 hours in the morning, 2.5 hours back. So that's 4.5 hours a day for 5 days a week for a year. I'll never get that time back. And you're not paid for your driving. You're paid for when you get to the site and work. Never get that time back. That time could have, you know, that's all, it all adds up. That could have been a year to spend with my children. So appreciate the value of time. My thing I don't like is when people are late. You said you were gonna be here at 6:30, you walked in 6:28. I'm very impressed. True success of a man is measured by their children. How well your children live, how happy they are, how they carry themselves. We are all measurements of our parents. So going back to that line where I took from that guy, when I said people don't give a fuck about their last name no more, And that mindset, what I mean to say is we should care, and we should do the best to represent who we come from, our parents, because we are all measurements of our parents. And if you don't have parents, well then set the measurements that you think you should be, and that's the standard that you raise your children.